Hi guys, welcome to another Living SA TV video. David here guys, and today we are going to do a business tour inside of Rovos Rail to show you guys what's behind the scenes guys, and show you the people that are making this dream happen guys. Again guys, stay tuned and let's go to the video. Okay guys, so inside of the Rovos Rail premises there is also a museum. Okay, so it's not the first time that we are inside of the museum. I will leave the previous video we did with Rovos Rail. I went like with time inside of the museum, but today is more focused in operations. Show the serenity of this place.
Right, good morning. My name is Joe Matala and I'm the train operations manager here, and I've been with the business for 35 years, and having started right from the ground. I think I came here as a 19-year-old school dropout. I came here as a cleaner, and yeah, today 35 years later I'm now in charge of running the trains. Okay, right, so my main job here entails literally booking the trains with the railways in various countries where we travel, and also trying to make sure the trains run on time or run per schedule, coordinating with the various railways and the train managers and the drivers, and of course my other job involves in interacting with the immigration officials of all the countries we travel in. Remember, we travel through 11 countries on a continent, so my job is to maintain the relationship with those people. And of course, what I do on a daily basis or on an hourly basis is to monitor the trains. As you will see, I'm constantly on my telephone. We have 5 trains running at the moment, and it's my job to make sure that they are running on time. And of course, it's also my job to make sure that the carriages are in good shape here, ready to go. And so yes, that is putting all these bits and pieces together and try to keep the wheels rolling. That is my job in short. I think Rovos Rail is a wonderful story to tell. I mean, you walk around this property on any given time, you're probably going to see more than 300 souls here doing different things. And the good story is most of the people, I'll say as much as 90% of the people who are doing what they do now, is not what they knew when they came here. So the amount of skills we develop here, amount of teaching we do here, I think is incredible, and I think it's a great contribution to the economy of the country and the continent. And we'll be working around the various parts of the business here. We'll go to where we lift the wheels, we'll go to where we build the carriages, we'll go to where we build the furniture, and see the amount of skills that we develop. And also what gives me great pleasure is to see some of my colleagues really during their spare time, continuing to make income by making a lot of things, skills of which they learned here. To see guys making finishers, redoing people's kitchens, and So the amount of artisans that we produce here is incredible. It's something to be very proud of, I think. And I think as a business we can only keep growing. The potential on this continent for tourism is huge, and I think we were only scratching the surface. And everything being equal, I can see us running another 4 or 5 trains in the next 20 years. And what will I be doing in the next 20 years? I don't know, but it'll be something positive. It'll be some contribution in one way or another to the growing of the business, the growing of the tourism as an industry, and to share the skills that I've learned with the younger people. I'm not getting younger, but it's very important that what I've learned and I improve and share that with younger people to keep the business going, to keep the industry developing. We can only learn, we can only improve ourselves by learning, trying to learn a new thing every day. You look around you here, you think you are in a junk shop, but make no mistake, every bit and piece of scrap that you see here, give us 2 or 3 days, it's going to be a beautiful piece of art. You can look at that colorless piece of wood there, give us 2 or 3 days, it's going to be a shiny piece of art, as a door to a cupboard, a door to a bathroom or something. Look at all these rusted metals here. Give us a couple of days, it'll all be turned into something beautiful and something shiny. Let's go and have a look at where we change the wheels. And never seen so much metal lying around, and to a scrap metal dealer, I think this will be a gold mine. But we are not going to sell it as scrap, we're going to put to good use. You look at the locomotives here, that most of them, my mother must have been 5-year-old when they were built, and that is 100 years ago. And they're still working, they're still being productive. But it's the amount of people who are working here every day to bring these things back to life is just mind-blowing. And look at our carriages, which I'll take you through at a later stage. Now, our carriages dates back to 1920s. Nothing wrong with them, with good maintenance, with good upkeeping. They can serve for the next 200 years. And here you are. And believe it or not, there are more than 350 people here doing all sorts of things, from the gardens. If I tell you that between 1998 and today, we've planted over 3,000 trees on this property. And that's money, chaps. And again, that is something that is going to be here a million years after we're gone. And we are continuing to plant. So there you are. This Carriage came back this morning. It's just been on a 24-day journey. Left here 24 days ago to go to Cape Town via the Kruger, Swaziland, Durban, Orange Free State, Port Elizabeth. It came back, and for some reason they must have hit something last night, so that need to be fixed, because I think the Carriage need to go out again tomorrow to Namibia. So it need to be repaired quickly. But Isaac, the question was, what did this thing hit? Yeah, I mean, that's right. Yeah, because this is a bit of damage. Well, it's leaving again tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So we've got 24 hours to get it right. Right, Shanta, the gas van here and Reese. Please, let's put it before tea time, because you need to take that radiator out to it must go to a workshop, be repaired. We blew a generator on the Collage train, and that same train is going out tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So we need to have that generator. It is actually the radiator, not the generator, it's the radiator. We blew it up, it's leaking terribly, so it needs to be fixed before we go out tomorrow. And that train will be gone for for a month and a half. I think it's only coming back here on the 16th of December. So we can't afford not to have a radiator that works. And then, so Liesel, for your benefit, 2122 will be coupled up with 2356, which is coming with Henny. They'll be here with 10 o'clock tomorrow with bit of luck. And then that 2356 and this one 3122 must then take the train to Cape Town tomorrow midday, and then leave Cape Town on Monday to go to Walvis Bay. That is the train that is going to be coming back on the 14th or the 16th of December. So we'll be gone for a month and a half. And then of course what we need to know is, do we have drivers? We need to have drivers who will go out to Vic Falls. They must leave here on Saturday morning to go and wait for the return of the Southern Cross with JP. We need to run the train with our own locomotives. I think we'll be using 2355 from Bad Bridge to here on Monday morning. So I might be going with them because I have some business to do in Messina on Sunday and Monday. What we need to double check as well is the train going out to Vic Falls. We need to go and have a look if Marco has finished with the lounge. There was two shower frames that need to be redone in the lounge, so we'll have a look at that. And also Tyson, if he has repaired the tracker or the screen in the Combo Lounge 8158. That's important. Of course, also we need to double check with Marco if 2015 has been painted. It needs to go out on Friday on a Durban train. We couldn't paint yesterday because of the rain, so if need be we're gonna have to work late tonight. Of course, the other progress we need to check is upholstery. Isaac, how far is he? We need to make a 60 camping chairs that we're going to take to Bulawayo for Ian to put at Motopos for our excursion, because people complain of standing too long while he's giving his lecture. So we need to check on today. Other than that, I think we're in good shape. The train going out today is ready. We prepped that last night. It's leaving tonight at 1800 for Vic Falls. The train going out at 10 o'clock tomorrow. We have the radiator to change in Gazwan 8164, and then of course we have that handbrake wheel that need to be fixed on Opscars 6320, and that train need to be together again tonight. We can fill up water before we go. What we need to catch up with the two Masimula chaps to see how far they are with the polishing. So this train hasn't been polished yet. They started on the other side yesterday, but I think we still have about 8 coaches to be polished. So we check with Richard and team and see how far they are. Now the problem we're experiencing now is with the vegetation not being cleared quick enough along the railway line, so the trains get terribly scratched. So really, every time when the train comes back, we have to put in a lot of hours in time to polish out the scratches. But eventually, after 2-3 years, you have to take the coach back into the paint shop to have it repainted. Look at this guy. Now, we painted this car last year, so 2023 in October, and you can see how badly scratched it gets. And in fact, but the pleasing thing is we just got permission now. I'll be sending Stanley and team out to go and cut. We just got a permission to go and cut all the vegetation between Groenbelt and Messina. And Transnet has said they've issued a tender or a contract for a company to start clearing from Groenbelt towards Palabora and Hoedspruit. So hopefully that will minimize the scratches that we experience. But until then, we just have to keep at it. No, in fact, you know what, I think they've only have 4 coaches to go with the polishing. So the rest of the train, I think, has been polished, which is very pleasing. But we need to check on 2115. In fact, I might as well ask Marco while we are at it. Okay, so then trick today, what is taking my energy today, which actually took my energy the whole of last night, is Henny coming out of Cape Town. Now you might know the railways have taken occupation of the line between DR and Beaufort West, doing maintenance work. So we had to divert the train to go to Noordpoort and Bloemfontein, and that cost us about 4 hours overnight. So I'm trying to get the train to Bloemfontein at least at about 1400. We managed to get a tour guide yesterday and a bus, so we can do the excursion in Bloemfontein between 1400 and 1700 this afternoon. And then hopefully we can get the train here at 10 o'clock tomorrow. So that's what I'll be putting my energy in today. More prepping. What kitchen car is this? 9010. All right, so Steve, this is going to Vic Falls. And this is doing the DAR in January, the same 9010.
This has to be his last trip.
Yeah.
Every time when you need to work on it, it's very good.
Okay. Yeah, because I think you might have to change the entire plant. Yeah, in fact, I think after this Vic Falls, you don't need to worry because 2027, which is on the Southern Cross, yeah, it'll be here, and we'll have 286 that is coming with Daphne next week. All right. Yeah, so now the place we have here, we have over 8 hectares of property here. So the upkeep, the cleaning, it's a continuous thing, and we all have to, be hands on deck. But the polishing, the polishing.
Richard,
Yeah.
like ask him about the polishing and say, hi Richard.
All right, Rich.
How are you doing?
I'm all right, man.
Good.
So, Richard is the man who is in charge of fighting the vegetation damage on the carriages. So you can imagine a 20 coach train having come, obviously we go to Victoria Falls, the train gets scratched on one side, when you come back it gets scratched on the other side. So literally he's got 40 sides to polish out before the train leave again tonight. And that's what he's doing every day, him and his team. So, yeah, Richard, you want to tell us what you're doing here?
I'm Richard Masebola. I'm doing polishing. You see, the crane is going on the forest, so it's making some scratches. So me, I'm fixing some scratches, which means I'm doing paint maintenance. That's it.
Okay, Richard.
Yes, it's very hard, but I enjoy it because I like it.
The very important thing about the job we are doing here is to adopt the attitude of it is not my job. If you're going to make success of any career in any industry, the attitude that we must adopt is what we have adopted here, where each and every one of us adopted here. There is no such a thing as it is not my job. Me being in a management position, doesn't exclude me from being, participating in the cleaning and upkeep of the place. In fact, I think on the contrary, being in a management position, that gives you responsibility of being a teacher, of being a parent. But and again, that is not a one-off thing. It's not something that you can achieve overnight. It's an old story. Teaching is to teach, what wish to be learned, and again to follow up to check that what you've been teaching has been absorbed. If it has been absorbed, is being applied in the right way, and that you must do over and over again. You might do that with 10 people any given time. Out of there, you might produce 3 or 4 stars, and then the remaining 6 or 7 do it over and over again until they're all on a par level. And but also very important of praising people where they've done very well, and also encouraging them where you think they are slacking behind. But again, not forgetting you are working with human beings, so be sympathetic, be understanding, and always try and put yourself in their shoes. But the main important thing is to motivate people and make them see a bigger picture. And again, and I mean, you look at places like this, you see how many, you know, people see a train moving onto a platform or passing somewhere along the way. They don't understand how much goes into making that train. And passengers, I think most of them don't even realize how many people have been into the compartment for the train to leave. You probably have had more than 30 people in there. Someone coming to fix the shower, someone coming to fix the light, someone coming to make sure that the carpet is clean, someone making sure that the cupboard doors are not squeaking, and it is just and it's an ongoing thing. Okay? We are working with a moving machinery here, and so every kilometer something is bound to go loose, and then every kilometer someone must be there available to fix what has come loose, and that again is a continuous business.
Good morning, my name is Diana Vukeya. I've been working here at Rovos Rail from 1996 until now, and then I also worked on the train as a laundry lady, passage lady, and also a hostess. Then I really enjoy my work at Rovos Rail. It's like my home. All my life is here, and I also thank Rovos Rail to raise up my children to now. We pack our bags according to the guest requirement, and then each and every room contains 2 bags. The one is for the linen, and then the one is for toweling. We also put the extra linen bag inside for the dirty linen and stuff like that. Yes, and then each and every towel, each and every bag has got the 12 big towels, 10 hand towels. We also put some extra linens, like extra linen bag, for in case if they short something inside, because sometimes the guests are changing the beddings, so they have to get some extra linen bag inside the train. Yeah. And then they also wash during the long journey. They wash in Big Falls, Cape Town, Dar es Salaam. They wash everywhere where they can find the place to wash. Okay, here's our bags from the coming train. Here's our counting area. We start from here to count each and every bag that is coming here, and then the whole washing that's coming from the trip, we wash it. We don't save. We start from fresh. We wash, we iron. Here's our washing. Here. We also set our washing. These are dressing gowns, and then it's for the towels. That side is the trolley for the linen, the white linen. That side. Okay. Here's our washing machines. There are 5 of them, and then 5 thermal dryers. These are our ironing rolls. There are 3 of them. And then here's our colleague is Sophie Msibi, Andronika Mtombeni, Puleng, Kipuleng again. Yeah. House Puleng, Anandela, Leda Mashamaite. Okay, and then this side we also have another laundry ladies who are washing here, and ironing is Dora Malapani, and we have Confidence Ramato. We're working as a team. As I've said, we enjoy our job. Okay. This side is where we pack the curtains, the pillows, the duvet covers, and the cushions. Yes, where they pack. This is Maria Haji. She worked here for more than 30 years. And then this Trifina Museni. She's also working with her. They are the one who used to give the hostesses the bedding for setting the beds each and every trip. And they also sorting our day covers from when they come from the train. They make sure that the day covers are clean. They send it to the laundry, to the dry clean every week. 3,
Well, I want to show you something. I told you that we bring old scrap things back to life. Look at these carriages. They built in locomotives. They were built in 1991. In fact, there were probably about 580 of them built here in South Africa by Siemens. This is a Class 38 hybrid locomotive. The railways used it, and they think anything that is done more than 30 years is finished. They scrap them, and we purchased a few of them. We work on them. Here they are now, serving us very well. This is a hybrid locomotive which run on a 25 kV electricity when it is available, and of course running a diesel engine where there is no electricity. And in fact, behind this one, you'll see the other one which was bought by Anglo-American Coal, and they used it in a coal mine in Witbank. And now they think, the thing is scrap. They chuck it out, and we go and purchase it, and we're going to invest 3 or 4 months of hard labor in it, and then we'll have a locomotive that is working. These are 5E electric locomotives, beautiful locomotives. And again, the advantage of this, if you have a look at the 5Es, is you have a driving cap on both ends. So for argument's sake, when you reach Cape Town, you don't have to worry about turning the locomotive around because you have a driving cap on this end. They were built in the 1980s. I think the last of them were built in 1983, and the railway scrapped them in 2000, and we bought 13 of these. We restored them, revamped them, and they're working again. In fact, 2 of them brought the train here last night, the train that came from Cape Town, and 2 of them worked the train that came from Victoria Falls. So nothing wrong with old machinery as long as you look after it, and you can save it forever. Okay, let's go back to my story. When I joined Rovos, I told you I was very, very young. I was straight out of school. I knew nothing much, and grew over over the years. In fact, my first job, I remember, was a cleaner. Then I became a doorman. Had a beautiful green uniform with tails, and I was doing the meet and greet. And then I was fortunate enough to meet a very kind colleague, Joyce Stradom, and she taught me how to use a typewriter. This would have been 1991, 1992. And then from there, she taught me how to use a telex machine. They used, today, people are talking about Wi-Fi's and emails. They didn't exist at the time. We're using typewriters and a telex. Telex was the quickest way with that you can send a message to someone. And she taught me how to operate that. And in fact, I'm grateful to Joy. The other lady was Jo Dix, who used to be the receptionist at the old Victoria Hotel, hello Marco, which Rovos Rail owned. So Jo Dix taught me how to operate a switchboard. In the early 90s, we had a switchboard. And again, I was privileged enough to meet people who were very kind in sharing their knowledge at no cost. Obviously a great cost to them, their time and patience. And and then I became a driver, and I became a receptionist. As I told you, we used to own a hotel, and I lived there for 14 years. And I became a driver, became a receptionist, I became a reservation clerk, and I got bored with sitting at a desk. Then I went and started working on a train as a bartender and a waiter, and worked my way up to being a train manager for a couple of years. And last 6-7 years, I'm now down here doing the operation side of things, and traveling the continent, obviously meeting various railways on behalf of the business. And it's something that I enjoy, and obviously again, I'm always looking for something challenging. So when you come here next, I'll be doing something else. I might be maybe a perfect gardener, And again, it's a question of learning, and if you are given an opportunity to learn, grab it. And if you want to make good use of what you learn from others, is teach it to younger people, anybody who's willing to be taught. And not 2 days are the same here. I keep telling people a telephone call changes my week or my month. Every minute when the phone call ring, that means I must get to action. And again, that is what so here, this is the Carriage I was telling you that we were painting it. We wanted to have it finished actually on Sunday, but we couldn't do much because we had rain over the weekend. And yesterday we thought we could finish. It rained 3/4 of the day yesterday, but I think today is sunny. We might be able to give it a final coat. This is a combo lounge, which is a lounge car with a built-in smoking room and a gift shop. So we shall finish it hopefully today, and we can go on the journey on Friday. We'll be sending it to Durban. I think we want to go and have a look at the warehouse. It's always pretty to when you look at this puzzle, you see how many, when people see a shiny train, they don't understand what goes into this shiny train. So I think have a look at the warehouse where all the equipment get delivered. What we purchase, we can purchase. What we cannot, we make it ourselves. And then that piece of equipment being joined to another piece of equipment, either with a bolt and nut or being welded, and that making a frame or complete board of something. So and then that being welded together, then being polished, painted, and then eventually becoming a train. So let's start with the warehouse where the story begins. And again, what really gives me a great pleasure here is each and every one, the people that you see here is I've met Joseph Masoja that we just passed. I think he's been here much, in fact, longer than me. Joseph and Kenneth have been here before me, and you see they're still here enjoying what they are doing. And Lennox behind us has been here for over 24 years. Not Duma and them here who are running the stores with Eileen. Eileen, in fact, has been here also for more than 30 years. This is the warehouse. This is where everything starts. And Stanley is a gentleman that I take with me to the bush to go and cut the vegetation. In fact, Stanley and I, with the help of 4 guys, between 2019, which was May 2019, and a week before lockdown in 2020, we managed to cut the vegetation from here, from PPC cement factory here in Hercules, all the way to Messina. It's almost 500 kilometers, and then from Messina all the way to Komati Port, and from Komati Port until just short of Machadodorp. Manually driving in a very small, I think it's a 1999 Ford Ranger. 6 of us can fit there with our equipment in our lunch boxes, and we're out in the field really 6 days at a time. And, so there you are. And in fact, I told you I've got a permission for them to go and cut. I think I'll go spend the first day with them or 2, and then I'll leave them on their own. No do more. You ask this lady how many balls you need to go into building a carriage, she will tell you up to the last one. And again, everything very well organized, and I think this is a reflection of Mr. Foss's background. Mr. Foss used to own spare shops, so he likes things being packed clearly, in particular, so he can do your stock taking easily. Lennox, you can come through. He's going to be here the whole week. You've got work to do. And so yes, so the stock maintaining. There's all the woodwork that goes into the building of the carriages. And now, of course, we're modernizing everything. If you go inside the train, we're modernizing. The new toy now is to put the vacuum toilets, which vacuum toilets are very water efficient. It uses probably about 900 milliliters of water to flush, versus the 9 liters that we use with ordinary household toilet. So from water saving point of view, it's a great thing. Very pricey, but then again, you must remember we've got more than 200 carriages here, so to go through all those compartments, changing them slowly. But all the new carriages as we build now, we are putting in the vacuum toilets. And the old ones, as we revamp, every 5 to 7 years we have to revamp the coach. As we revamp them, we are now replacing the old household toilets to the vacuum. And of course, the other challenge of running trains and trying to keep them 5-star is, with South Africa are not manufacturing most of the things anymore. So importing air conditioner, for example, for 33, 34 years of this business, we're using National Panasonic air conditioner, which is a very reliable air conditioner. Now suddenly they're not importing them in South Africa anymore, for some political reasons or economic reasons. So now we have to change them with new ones, which are more efficient now. They are they use less power, But now the problem is they are not the same, so you have to change the whole frame underneath. So for an educated eye, you must think, new air conditioner versus old air conditioner, but it's what goes in. The tubing, you have to cut new holes into the board, you have to make a new frame underneath, and so that is a challenge. And of course, the trick is as well, if you buy them, you need to buy enough, because you don't know if they will be available tomorrow. You don't want to have your train looking like a cocktail, with 20 brands of air conditioning, but again, as new things, as technology changes, so are the challenges. And of course, also we putting TVs, for lectures in the public areas, and the TVs that we used to put on, now they don't make them anymore. They make what they call smart TVs. Some of them are controlled by cell phone or voice, and the sizes are different. We have to change the frames. So we are forever evolving, learning something new every day. So different size classes that goes into a train. And again, it's up to Nodumo here and Eileen to make sure that they maintain enough stock levels. In fact, telling you about the television, look at this here behind Eileen here. This used to be the frames that we had in the lounges to hold the TVs. Now they've become obsolete, because the new style TVs that we are buying, they don't need this sort of frames. So now we have to reinvent new frames. But again, I keep saying, if things were just normal, we'll be bored. Can you imagine if I come here and everything works as it's supposed to? I'll be bored. So there you are. But again, what really you think we need to spend time in looking at is the coaches. See how bad the coaches are. Joyce, who's behind us, also been here about 11 years or so. Remember, she started off as the general worker. In fact, her first job on a train was to clean the public areas, public toilets and the passages. And today she's one of our administrative deputies, and with a huge responsibility, having to look after the guests, having to look after the petty cash, having to look after immigration. So the growth in people's personal circumstances really is, I think, is a very positive contribution. We go into the welding room here. Got these chaps here, Spiro, Martinez. These are one of the best artisans you have. Martinez, is that a frame for an air conditioner, or is that for a vacuum toilet stand? Right. I'll tell you now. With the vacuum toilets, now we need to, you need to have a pump that obviously operate 3 or 4 coaches. Donald is a plumber. Donald has also been here for more than 26 years. Donald used to work on the train as maintenance, but a good plumber. In fact, I remember in 1999, Donald and I went and spent 3 days in Hoedspruit. In fact, just outside Hoedspruit is a small little railway siding called Klasiri, putting up water pipes. We had to go because the siding had no water supply, and our train used to stop there for passengers to do an excursion in Kapama. So we realized we need water. So if there's no water, you're not going to pray for rain. Go and put up water for infrastructure. So Donald, myself, and I think we went with Henny, who is now the train manager, and Johannes Masalisa. We went and spent 3 nights there, putting up 520 meters length of water piping. And he's a very experienced plumber, and also is off the train now working here. Martinez has been with us also sort of 20 years, and he's an expert welder. This guy, and a designer, tell him whatever if you can dream it, Martinez can make it. He's a very accomplished welder. He's very pleasing. What is Spiro? Spiro is duct. Spiro, ex-ArcelorMittal. In fact, Spiro used to work for ISCO, which is today ArcelorMittal. So he's an accomplished welder as well. And again, creating things from scratch. There are things that when the trains were designed, they were never meant to be what they are today. So today we have to design things. So we took literally a piece of metal, we made tanks. And this is thanks to Spiro and Martinez. So this will be your waste collector on the train with a ball valve that you can close it, that you don't throw waste along the railway line. And where you get to a back city or to here, you can get a company with a honey sucker to come and empty it. So those again is things that when the trains were designed. I was telling you about the air conditioning frame. This This is outer, this is National Panasonic. All right, the new TCL air conditioners are smaller, so that means we're going to have to take all these frames, you can imagine, on over 200 coaches. Have to change them and hope and pray that TCL will be here for the next 30 years, you know, or whatever replaces TCL will be more or less the same size. But the carriages themselves, we buy carriages. We're going to show you first one right at the bottom. We buy them scrap. All the coaches that we buy, they've at least been in existence for more than 40 years. Most of them are very, very rusted. In fact, we are lucky to find them on wheels. You know, so he manufactures, spray paint them, stain them, you know. And I think you'll agree that is a work of art. It really is. Yeah. And to think that 20 years ago, we liked these things, but we had to buy them, which is not a problem. The problem become when you want to buy 100, and the hardware store say, "Are you crazy? You know, we sell 5 a year, you know." So when we want to buy 100, 150 at a time. So to make the problem go away, start making them ourselves. So Tower here just produce and pile them up, and when we need them, we can fetch in the storeroom. Yeah? And which would be the same thing with the upholstery. You know, if you look at our upholstery, the Isaac and the team working there, they used to work for a company that used to do our upholstery. And the owner of the business decided 11 years ago that he's going to retire and close the business. And Mr. Foss negotiated with him to please sell us the machinery and the people. And then we moved them from Pretoria West, where they used to do the work for us. Now we're doing our own upholstery on site here. And Isaac, who is my age, has now managed to teach another 4 or 5 chaps much younger, in their 30s. So we can be doing upholstery for the next 200 years, because we've got skills. So there you are. That's what the carriages look like when we buy them. In fact, if you look closer, you'll see when it was built. This particular one was built in 1975. Yes, built in 1975, built in Nigel, which is south of Johannesburg. Built in Nigel, 1975. So it is rusted. You can see, rust everywhere. Of course, it's been vandalized. Anything of value has been stolen, for scrap material. And then if you give us a solid 3 months of hard work, this is going to be nice and shiny. We'll cut out the rusted part. So Martinez will come and cut out all the rusted part. The interior, Marco's team will have cleaned it up. We want to come and have a look here. Excel no bel. Excel drag bel go. Yep. Excel bel give me 10 minutes the bezel. Right. So we clean it up, cut out all the, remember in the 70s, asbestos was not illegal to use. This is asbestos. So we will cut it out. We will, after cleaning up, we'll reinforce it, reinforce the floors to make them safe, reinforce the walls, and then get Alfred and Norman to come and wire it, take it to Sydney to have it painted, and then get Masoja and his team, or Tabo Muliba, to come in with his team to come and do the carpentry. And in 4 months' time, this will be a brand new shiny coach. And again, that is adding value, and again, to something that could have been cut up for scrap metal. And you can imagine, 3 months of hard labor here, wages every week. So you're probably going to have 140 people working on this coach at any given time. You're going to have, you have guys who clean it up. You have to go at Tabo and them to build new wheels and new bogie, and you're going to have Masoja and them to build new carpots. And then we're probably going to need 2 kilometers of wiring, for all your lighting, electricity, hair dryers, air conditioning, refrigeration, your power point, your USB chargers, and all that is all made here on site by hand. But again, what really pleases me is to do those guys. I mean, Alfred is probably 52 now, 54, and to see him teaching you guys, and then again is to make life easier or more convenient. teach the guy that he's got an idea of what we are doing. Then when he's got a grasp of what we are doing, then take him to a college for certification, you know. But at least he has learned on the job. He will have done the practical side of things, and I think that just gives people pride, and really, and for me that is very, very pleasing. So here I want to show you, remember I was telling you that how much that carriage was rusted. This was exactly the same. See how much we have to cut out because it was rusted. So this the plan is to make it a staff car, staff accommodation. So I think we probably have another 2 months to go here. So but look how much of the steel we have to replace. And of course, that's how it looks fine. That's right. You know. So eventually it's going to look like that, nice and shiny. You know. We will put water tanks underneath. So yeah.
This one just behind it.
Yeah.
So you can see, huh?
Yeah. Brand new. And then it go out on a trip, it comes back fresh like that. Then Richard had to try and make it shiny again. But again, that you have to keep at it. You cannot afford to. Yeah. You know? But I really need to see how much has been replaced. So this was, this carriage was built in 1977. This was built in 1977. So now, once we're done here, we'll go and get the interior done. It'll go back to, it'll go to the paint shop to be painted by Sydney, Brian, and the team. And then it'll go to Tabang and Tabo and Joseph to go and build. We have to build a new bogie, the new suspension, you know. And then underneath here we'll have 3 800-liter water tankers put in. Martinez will make us water tankers. And yeah, when you come here next year, it will be nice and shiny, and it will be servicing us. And then I think I want you to come and have a look at my office, because I think it's when you see my office that you will understand how my job entails. That is why I have to look at my phone all the time. Because over and above checking that the trains are on time, it's also to monitor. Remember, we are not always held by our own drivers. Some places we are held by other Transnet drivers or Zimbabwean Railways drivers. So you need to monitor the speed, you know, make sure that they don't overspeed, because we are a leisure train, so we want to go slowly and comfortably. So in my room I have a screen where I'm able to monitor all the trains all the time and see them at real time, what speed they are traveling, and if they are stationary, compare that to my schedule to find out why they're stationary. Let's go out to the other side, David. All right. So yeah, if you can go to my office, go and have a look. So now Hendrik here is he is Donald's assistant. You know, Hendrik is 29. Donald is teaching him how to do the plumbing. He worked with Donald for 2 years, and then last year we sent him to a college to get a diploma in plumbing, so he's a certified plumber. You know, the other chap that I was chatting on earlier, he was working on a refrigerator plant. Stephen, he used to work on a train as a generator mechanic, and now he's been with us for about 19 years now, and he's now working here as a refrigeration artisan. And again, he worked with Kloppers for a couple of years, and now that we know know what he's doing and he's interested, the last year we sent him to a college to get his Red Seal qualification. And that way, that's something that he can do even in his spare time. He can come and replace your refrigerator at home or your air conditioner. Again, so come and have a look at my desk. Sorry, it's always a mess. It's not the tidiest place in the world. This is my job to make sure, keep communication with these guys, to get bills from different railways where we travel. I get the invoice. I need to make sure that the invoice corresponds with the distance and the price that we agreed upon, and then approve that invoice to be paid. And also, but my main job is that, and this I have, and one of my clever daughter managed to have this done. I can watch it on my TV at home. I don't know how they do it, but she can put this on my TV in my study at home, so that way I'm able to see each and every train where it is. So these are the 5 trains traveling today. There's one that is approaching Messina coming from Victoria Falls. It'll be here tomorrow 10 o'clock. There's this one that is going out tonight at 1800. There's this one that is now in the Free State. You need to be in Bloemfontein at 2 o'clock for people to do a tour of Bloemfontein. This train that arrived in Victoria Falls yesterday at 10 o'clock, it'll be there leaving tomorrow on Thursday at 4 o'clock. It'll arrive back here on Monday. And then this other train just departed Walvis Bay with Daphne. That is a train in Walvis Bay in Namibia. You know? But the good thing about this system is I'm able to see the speed in real time.
40 kilometers an
An hour.
So this is all done by satellite.
That's correct. It's all done by satellite, and of course, I'm able to do the same thing on. I can do the same app on my mobile phone.
Wow.
You know, the map of Africa. I can tell you now, I'm very proud to say, very few places I will say I haven't been, either by train. You know, I've been by train up to Tanzania up there. I've been by train up to the border with Angola, which is here a place called Dilolo. Next day, in fact, I'll be on the train. I'll join the train here next day, August, from Ndola, in the middle of Zambia, to go all the way to Lobito on the Angolan coast. And, I've been to Namibia a few times with the train itself, up to Swakopmund and Walvis Bay. So, you know, for a young kid at school today, this looks like a very, very impossible task. But I tell you now, with will, that is achievable. And in fact, with a bit of luck, we should be able to travel this piece with a railway line, with a rail coming out of Mozambique and going into Malawi next year, and coming out the other side into Zambia. Mozambique, we travel very often with our trains there. You know? And of course, the dream is to cover the eastern part of the continent: Kenya, Uganda, Sudan, and Egypt. But yes, that is what my day entails, and that is a 24-hour job. You know, if you're here and think you're in a science museum, I've got two different types of radios. I've got a landline telephone, I've got a mobile phone, and very often they all ring at the same time, wanting our attention. But it's something that I enjoy doing, and I think that's something that keeps me young.
My name is Thabo Punaga. I'm a machine operator. I'm designing the toilet seat and the frame. This is what I'm starting to do, is this one. When I operate the machine, this is my finishing, and then all I did, this is my wood to planing, this one. This is what I start in the toilet seat. It's look, there's a roll wood, and then I'm using this panel for joining the toilet seat, all of them. When you see this, it's starting from the raw wood, and then I make this for the toilet seat, and I plane in there, then I come to the machine spindle, then that's what I'm starting to make as F joint and this whole design. That is my job. Yeah, this is the wood I'm starting from to make a toilet seat, then I cut it and I join it, plane it to the machine. At the end of the day, you get the toilet seat, the finishing, then I take it to the spray.
My name is David. I'm working from Rovos Rail since 2005 until now. I'm wood spray painting. I make sure everything in the train is being painted, like the ops car, this toilet seats, and even this we painted here at Rovos Rail. This cabinet is going to the ops car, you see, and then we build. We don't throw away the old stuff like these doors or the patches on the train. We're just going to remove it and then we repaint it again. So this is what we make sure here on the wood painting.
My name is Sidney Mudis. I've been working for Rovos Rail for 22 years. My main job is to give Rovos Rail this exterior paint that you see, the green and white color. This is the image of Rovos Rail. So, to make it a brief statement, I enjoy working with the color. I enjoy working for Rovos Rail. Even if we've got some hassles and some stumbling blocks, that we can go through them As long as we work together, as long as we can listen to each other. I enjoy the painting. I'm the team leader in the spray painting.
Oh, my name is Chester. I'm working here at Rovos Rail. I'm here for 15 years. So I'm working as a gardener. I'm taking care of animals and I'm doing the pot as well. Thank you.
And there you go, guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you guys like the behind the scenes of Rovos Rail. We met the wonderful people that make this amazing dream come true and allow the tourists that come to our beautiful country to have a true African experience inside of a train. Remember, we are probably the third best train experience in the world at the moment. Thank you very much to everyone that was involved in this video, guys. Again, comment down below what you guys think. Let me know other ideas that you guys want us to cover. And again, guys, share, subscribe, and destroy that like button. And we'll see you in the next Living SA TV video.